So next one the glandular epithelium. Glandular epithelium. Glandular epithelium. Epithelium. You are familiar to different type of the glands as salivary glands and the sweat glands, digestive glands, etc. So we are studying about the glandular epithelium. So here some of the cells, some of the cuboidal or columnar cells get specialized for secretion and are secretion and are called as glandular epithelium. So here some cuboidal or the columnar epithelium get specialized for these secretions. Such cells forms the glandular epithelium, and these form the glands. They form the gland. They form glands. So, on the basis of number of cells, glands are of two types. Two types on the basis of number of cells. Glands are of two types. Number one is unicellular glands. Number one is unicellular glands. As name indicates, this is made up of single cell. These are single cell glands. So in these glands, it is made up of only one cell, and commonly found in where they are found and commonly found in mucosa. Found in mucosa. Found in mucosa of intestine, mucosa of stomach, stomach and intestine. So unicellular gland, these are single cell gland, but above single cell and found in the mucosa of stomach and intestine. Example is goblet cell. Goblet cell is the example. If you see the diagram of the goblet cell, so you can draw the diagram of the goblet cell. It is just like such cell is there, and this is the basement membrane, what they are found, and there is a nucleus. Nucleus is there. There is a single nucleus is there, and this is the mucus. This is the mucus is filled here. These are the mucus. So mucus, and this is the nucleus, and this is structure of the goblet cell. Goblet cell. Goblet cell. This is diagram of the goblet cell. This is the example of the unicellular gland. So as name indicates, it is made up of single cell and commonly found in the mucosa of the stomach and the intestine. Mucosa of stomach and the intestine. Example is the goblet cell. Now, other is multicellular gland. This is unicellular gland, and second is the multicellular gland. Second is the second multicellular. As name indicates, formed of many cells. Formed of many cells. Formed of many cells are formed of the cluster of cells, and cells and located in the underlying part and located in and and generally located and generally located in generally located in and part of many cells or cluster of cells and generally located in underlying in underlying connective tissues. Underlying connective tissues. And formed by the invagination of epithelial cells. So this is the multicellular glands. Examples of multicellular glands. If you want to draw the diagram, such this will take more time. So next one is the example. Salivary glands. Salivary glands and salivary glands and gastric glands, and sweat glands, ile glands, sweat glands, ile glands, etc. These are the examples of the multicellular glands. So these are formed of many cells. Important thing is there, formed of many cells and generally located in underlying connective tissue. And formed by the invagination of the epithelial cells. Example is the salivary gland, gastric glands, mean intestinal glands, sweat gland, and the ile glands, etc. Next on the basis of mode of pouring there the secretion. Next one is the on the basis of next one is there on the basis of mode of pouring their secretions. The glands are of following types. It is mainly of the two types. Number one is exocrine gland and other the endocrine gland. One is the exocrine gland. Exocrine glands. Their secretion as name indicates, there the products are released through the ducts. The products of these glands are reached to the site of action by ducts or tubes, as mucous gland. Example is there. Mucous glands, sweat glands, oil glands, and digestive glands. Digestive glands are examples of the exocrine gland. The products of these glands are reached to the site of action by the tubes or the ducts. Suppose that is digestive gland, that the saliva is secreted by the salivary gland, and by the ducts it comes into the buccal cavity, where it causes the digestion of the starch. Exocrine gland. And next one, the endocrine gland. Next, second one, the endocrine gland. Endocrine glands. So in this glands, in case of the endocrine glands, do not have the ducts. They do not have ducts. Do not have ducts. So these are also called as the ductless gland. Also called as the ductless glands. Their secretion directly pours into the fluid. Their secretions are directly poured into fluid. When that is the blood. Secretion are directly poured into blood by which it reach to the site of action. As example is endocrine glands. As example is pituitary gland. As pituitary gland, adrenal gland, etc. Adrenal gland, etc. So exocrine and endocrine gland In some books it is given one more gland, that is heterocline gland. But that is just like the pancreas. Sorry, it's just like the there's pancreas, that was the heterocline gland. It secretes both hormones and enzymes. So it works as the heterocline gland. So in this way, we have studied this on the basis of their mode of pouring their secretions. The glands are of the two types. Thank you. That's what we